The Beatles. England's rock and roll sensations make their bow to American audiences on our show.
Next on the CBS television network.
Well, all right. Welcome back to As It Should Be. Paul Bertolino here in the world famous As It Should Be studios. We have Chris Durant over here. We have Tommy Von Voigt over here. Yeah, that's right. Tommy Von Voigt is really, really happy, as we all are, and as you should be, because it's 1964.
Oh yeah, all right.
Yeah, and where it's 1964, the year that they invented color. They invented color in 1964. And here we are.
Ta-da!
And we're going to discuss our favorite albums of the year. And who starts? Was it you?
I think it might be.
It's Tommy.
I think
it is me.
Yeah, it is Tommy.
I believe it's
All right,
Tommy.
we're about to be starting something.
Yeah, ooh.
So,
You wanna be?
We're not there yet.
We're not there. Well, yeah, we have
We have a ways to go. I've got some honorable mentions.
Oh.
Okay. As it should,
As it should be.
As it should be.
So, for 1964, my first honorable mention, this took me by surprise, Ride the Wild Surf by Jan and Dean.
What?
After several years of just putting out fucking straight up turkeys, they actually finally turned out a half decent record. It's actually a pretty fun record. It's pretty decent. There's a couple of corny ass fucking tracks in there because it's Jan and goddamn Dean. It's like they can't help themselves. But for the most part, actually, this is pretty damn solid. Interesting thing I found out about this record, they were actually going to star in the movie Ride the Wild Surf.
Oh.
And they got booted from the cast at the last minute because I think either one of Dean's friends or one of Jan's friends was involved in a very high-profiling kidnapping.
What?
Oh.
Yes.
Kidnapping. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the studio at the last minute pulled Jan and Dean, and they'll replace them with Fabian and some other fucking
The old
guy.
standbys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next honorable mention: the Beach Boys Christmas album by the Beach Boys.
Yes. That is good.
Next honorable mention, we have The Ventures with The Ventures in Space.
Wow.
And then Simon and Garfunkel with Wednesday Morning 3 a.m.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Now, let's get down to it. My number 10, The Four Seasons with Ragdoll.
Ragdoll, little. That's such a great song. It's a feminist song.
God.
It's good.
It's beautiful. Number 9, Breaking It Up on the Beatles Tour by Jackie DeShannon. Oh, I love Jackie DeShannon.
What is it called?
Breaking It Up on the Beatles Tour. I mean, everybody was trying to cash in on the Beatles at this point. And she was actually out on tour with them.
Well, now
this wasn't recorded live on tour. It was her studio album, and they just called it Breaking It Up on the Beatles Tour.
Well, now I don't know this album. Is she doing Beatles covers?
No.
Or is it just that's their only connection?
That's
she
the
happened
only
to be on tour with them
connection.
at
She
the time
happened
the
to be
album came
touring
out.
with them, but it's not like the album was recorded live on tour. This was just her studio album, and they're like, okay, it's Beatles related now.
It's like The Who Magic Bus. It's called The Who Magic Bus. The Who on tour,
yeah.
but it's not a live album. They just happened to be on tour when the time the record came out, and that's the label.
I think that could be what the thinking was,
But
and also
Breaking It
money.
Up?
Yeah, Breaking It Up on the Beatles tour with an
that's
exclamation mark.
Woo,
Breaking It Up on the Beatles tour,
Oh,
Jack and
okay.
Shannon.
That's weird.
I don't know. Number 8, The Beach Boys, Shut Down Volume 2.
Okay.
Number 7, we have The Four Seasons again with Dawn, Go Away, and 11 other great songs. These guys.
How do you tell these records apart?
It's very difficult, actually. I don't know, like their first, 39 fucking records are all titled like that, and they all came out before 1965.
They all came out within the 3-year span.
Yeah. Number 6, The Temptations, Meet the Temptations.
Ooh, yeah.
Yep, you know it. You know it.
Oh, yeah.
Number 5, The Beach Boys again, All Summer Long. Yes, I could tell already. You know it. Yes,
I've heard of these guys.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
they
I've heard of this
sound
album.
familiar.
Number 4, the Dave Clark 5, Glad All Over. Fuck yes.
You know,
This record kicks fucking ass.
they have a lot of great tracks.
These guys were like, oh, the Beatles, okay, we can do that, and they're like even fucking harder and heavier.
They're harder and heavier, but the problem with them is I think that they have really great singles. I don't think their album tracks are that strong.
Okay, so there was another record they put out this same year, and I forget the name of it. That record is basically all filler. This record, though, couple filler tracks and a lot of tracks that are just fucking pounders, man. Yeah, this is a really good one.
I love that song.
Oh, it's a great song.
It's a great song.
I mean, this also has Bits and Pieces. That's the other really
Yeah,
huge hit on here.
they have great singles, bits and
they do.
pieces, and any way you want.
But my number 3. This is a group that we always shit on during the Singles of the Year series, and yet we always keep listing their songs so high because the songs are so fucking good. And that is the Supremes. Where Did Our Love Go?
Oh well.
Yeah. I mean, they're good songs. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I really find myself just not liking Diana Ross. Just the whole concept of Diana Ross.
That's really kind of what it is.
But they gave her such incredible fucking material.
Well, like I
You
said last
can't
time, when you're
deny
fucking
it.
the boss, that's what you get to. The victor gets the spoils.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's my number 3. The Supremes. Where Did Our Love Go? I mean, this record.
great.
You listen to this record like. You get to the end of side A and you're like, Jesus fucking Christ, this album.
Greatest hits.
Number 2, The Beatles, A Hard Day's Night.
Bling.
Bling.
Yeah. I've said it before when we did our Ranking the Beatles albums episode. The Hard Day's Night, to me, without a doubt, the finest early Beatles album.
Oh, yeah.
Holy
Not
shit.
even a contest.
I got to get 9 songs in before I find a song I want to skip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My number 1, as if this is going to come as any surprise.
Belinda Carlisle.
I have no idea what's coming. I don't know at all what's coming on my right shoulder.
Oh, there it is. Presenting the Fabulous Ronettes featuring Veronica.
Ding, ding,
the Ronettes.
ding.
Woo!
Goes on my right shoulder.
Woo!
Yeah.
2 Muppet head nods
Mrs.
from me.
Ronnie on my shoulder.
Holy shit. I was looking around because I knew it's kept up there. And I'm like, where the fuck is the Ronettes record?
You knew it was here somewhere.
I knew it had to be somewhere. I'm like, he's got it staged somewhere for a reason. Oh. I mean, this is coming as any surprise.
I would have been.
Come on.
I would have
now.
been shocked.
Yeah. So that's my number 1. That Ronettes record.
Awesome.
I'm giving that double.
This gets 6 Muppet head
Yeah,
nods.
6 Muppet.
Yep.
Definitely.
All right. Okay. I bet 1964 has some cool commercials. Let's find out.
More smoking?
Well, you seem happy today.
Well, why shouldn't I be? I have the 2 things that would make any man happy. A gorgeous wife, and I'm smoking a Kent.
Which do you like the best?
Now, there's a tough one. Let me see. For cooking and for dancing and kissing, you satisfy best. But for filter and taste, Kent satisfies best.
I'll accept that.
All right. Guess
People
what?
be tripping.
You know what? It's Crystal's turn. That's what.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
That's right. Not Diana Ross, but me. All right, so my runners up. Rolling Stones by the Rolling Stones. Getz Gilberto by Stan Getz, Joao Gilberto, featuring Antonio Carlos Jobim.
Jobim.
So good. Mingus, Mingus, Mingus by Charles Mingus.
That's a shitload of Mingus.
It's a lot of Mingus,
Yeah.
but it's all good. Presenting the Fabulous Ronettes featuring Veronica by the Ronettes.
Wait, that's only
This is
a runner.
before,
It's
this is
only
before
runner-up.
Ronnie joined.
Yeah, it's only a runner-up. Sorry. Wednesday Morning at 3 a.m. by Simon and Garfunkel. Yes, it's only a runner-up. Where Did Our Love Go by the Supremes.
Where did it go?
It's a runner-up.
Somewhere around here.
The Kinks by the Kinks. It's a runner-up.
It's a runner-up.
Empyrean Isles by Herbie Hancock with Freddie Hubbard, Ron Carter, and Anthony Williams.
This is a runner-up.
No, it is a runner-up, but it's another mind blower. Like, who got on the phone first and called the other people to come
Yeah.
over and cut this record? Incredible. The Animals
This is a runner-up.
by the Animals.
The Animals by the Animals.
Yeah, go figure. My Boy Lollipop by Minnie Small.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Paul hates
that.
it. I love it. I love it.
It's so much fun.
It's like bip-a-doo-doo-doo-doo. It's fun. She's cute. It's fun. Ella Fitzgerald sings the Johnny Mercer songbook. So good. You know Johnny Mercer songs. You probably don't know that they're Johnny Mercer songs, but oh man. Incredible.
But most importantly, it's Ella Fitzgerald
Singing Johnny
singing.
Mercer songs.
Like as they say, she could sing the phone book,
Exactly.
not just a songbook.
We got Ragdoll by the Four Seasons. And The Voice of Africa by Miriam Makeba. McCoy Tyner, Live at Newport by McCoy Tyner. Another great live album. The Newport Jazz Festival. So good. Cotton Candy by Al Hirt. I love Al Hirt.
I haven't heard that album. I mean, I'm aware of it. I mean, I know of him and
Yeah.
everything, but I've just never listened to that.
It's great. To me, Al Hirt can do no wrong. He's great. Glad All Over by the Dave Clark Five.
Okay.
Make Way for Dionne Warwick. Meet the Temptations by the Temptations. The Pink Panther by Henry Mancini. Goldfinger by John Barry, featuring Shirley Bassey, Leslie Brichouse, and Anthony Newley. From Russia with Love by John Barry. The Fabulous Peggy Lee by Peggy Lee. More Sounds of Christmas by the Ramsey Lewis Trio. Ballads, Blues, and Boasters by Harry Belafonte. Bach to the Blues by Ramsey Lewis Trio. The Midnight Special by Leadbelly. A Bit of Liverpool by the Supremes. Have you ever listened to that?
Mm-mm.
It's crazy. It's funny. The Body and the Soul by Freddie Hubbard. Woody Allen by Woody Allen. Another great comedy record. And these things are going to end soon. I Started Out as a Child by Bill Cosby.
Oh.
He sucks, but the record is great. I'm sorry. It's another... this is going to have to be a little bit of a crystal clarification.
Oh.
So, we are now in the year of 2023, in the year of our Lord, and we have found out that a lot of our heroes over the past years have been horrible, horrible people, like Woody Allen, like
Well,
Bill
we already
Cosby.
knew about Woody Allen.
Yeah, we knew about him for a long time. Like Bill Cosby, like, a lot of people. Who's that comedian? Louis C.K., whatever.
Oh, yeah.
We found a lot. So every time these things happen, people automatically take sides. And it's like, I'm boycotting. I'm never listening to that again, blah, blah, blah. So my argument is everybody has to come to a line where you have to separate the artist from their art. Because shitty people do great things. That's just how it is. That's how humans are. So I'm not going to stop enjoying Picasso paintings. I'm not going to never watch Uptown Saturday Night again. I'm not going to never watch Manhattan again. Because they are classics and they're great and they're timeless and the work is really brilliant. I wish I did not know shit about these people. I really, really wish I had no idea. Really, I don't. But we know, and that it is what it is. But I'm not going to stop enjoying their art. I will, I love Manhattan. Woody Allen's such a motherfucker. That's usually what I do every year. It's like Bill Cosby. Oh my God, my brother Russell, it's so great. Oh man, what a fucking scumbag he is. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been saying that for years, actually. It started, several times it flared up over Michael Jackson, inevitably, and I started saying you got to separate the art from the artist. For me, where you can't anymore is when the art itself is also part of the problem. If it's like if it's not just if it's great art, but the artist is like a fucking misogynistic shitbag, can you separate it? But if the art they put out is also problematic,
if the art is problematic,
yeah,
I get that.
obviously,
that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I mean, Rodin. I mean, there's so many of them.
Yeah,
that are horrible, but
yeah,
I mean, what he did to Camille Claudel was criminal, but I still enjoy his work.
The Bill Cosby thing really is a goddamn shame.
It's terrible. It's a real bummer.
The fact that he turned out to be such a fucking monster does not actually change the fact that stand-up special he put out in the 80s had me in tears with laughter.
Great.
Still every bit as hilarious. It sucks.
Everybody's done some shitty shit.
Well,
so
it's unfortunate.
As Ralph Vieira, a.k.a. Dr. Fuck, once said, if I decided I had to stop listening to every band who was full of assholes, the only band I could listen to is Rush.
I mean...
yes. Boom.
That is true,
That is true.
Yeah. Literally the only... He's like, literally the only band I could listen to would be Rush.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. And my last runner-up is South of the Border by Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass. I love it. So good.
All right.
He's awesome.
I co-sign.
I co-sign. You co-sign.
I co-sign.
All right, here's my list.
Oh, shit. Oh, we haven't gotten to the list
Yeah,
yet.
I had a lot of runners-up, remember?
Yeah,
Callback.
I do remember now.
All right, number 10 is Juju by Wayne Shorter. Such a great record. Oh, man. Listen to that. It's so awesome. Number 9, A Girl Called Dusty by Dusty Springfield.
Dusty.
Fantastic. My number 8, Little Richard is back, and there's a whole lot of shaking going on. Woo! Yo! With an exclamation point. Ding. Yes. Don't ask me where he's back from, but he's back.
From church.
From
Jesus.
church.
Actually.
Yeah. Number 7, A Boy Named Charlie Brown by the Vince Guaraldi Trio. Classic. So great. Ska Never Grow Old, which is the 50th anniversary gift to Jamaica.
Oh, wait. We should keep on with the numbers on these.
Oh, what did I say? Oh, number 6.
Oh, you're
Sorry.
just saying
yeah. No, it's number 6.
Okay.
Ska Never Grow Old, which is the 50th anniversary gift to Jamaica by Toots and the Maytals. Another classic reggae record. And it's the 60s, so it still has that sheen to it. It doesn't sound like your run-of-the-mill older reggae stuff. Number 5, It Might As Well Be Swing by Basie and Sinatra.
I mean, it may as well.
Might as well.
Yeah.
It's Count
Why not?
Basie and Frank Sinatra. What else could it be? It's not going to be reggae. It's got to swing. My number 4 is Fantasy in Orbit, An Astronaut's Impressions While Orbiting the Earth, electronic musical compositions of Thomas Disvelt.
God damn, Crystal.
Yes. Now, this record is like the other one I talked about in the other episode.
I imagine.
Where it's the 60s, everything is atomic and the space and blah, blah, blah. And it is essentially a sound effects record, but they didn't call it a sound effects record because it is musical. It is musical. It's not just bleeps and blorps. And this record, you've definitely heard everything on it in movies and sampled and whatever. It's so good. And the standout song is called Spearhead. Now, this is everybody's homework. When I leave here, Paul, and when you get home, listen to this record, and when you hear Spearhead, you're going to be like, oh my God, I've heard this a million times. It's so great, and it is the future. It really is the future, because the shit on here, well, let's see, who messed with it? What's this? Brian Eno.
Oh, okay.
David Bowie. Sun Ra, like anybody who did kooky, spacey shit, this is the Godfather record for that. It's so great. It's so great. I love it. My number 3 is A Hard Day's Night by some band called The Crickets
Yes.
or something. The
Yep.
Beatles. Yeah.
It's these guys.
By
right
the
here.
Silver Beatles.
By the Silver Beatles.
Yes.
Bling.
It's Johnny and the
That
Moondogs.
is the Quarrymen.
Johnny and the Moondogs.
With
by the Bugs.
Featuring Pete Best.
Yes.
the Ruddles.
My number 2 is the Ruddles. My number 2 is Live at Birdland by John Coltrane. Another amazing live record. So great. And at Birdland, I mean, legendary. And my number 1 record for 1964 is Keep On Pushing by The Impressions.
Oh.
Yes. It is so fucking great. So great. Oh, it leaves such a stamp on everything that comes after it. It's
Hallelujah.
hallelujah.
Yeah.
Good old Curtis Mayfield.
Curtis.
Yes.
In Curtis Mayfield.
In Curtis Mayfield.
All right.
That's my list.
Most excellent.
Thank you.
All right. Commercial time.
Got a date? Needs a wash? Take a bottle, take a tap, and you. It's as easy as that with Silvercrin shampoo. Only Silvercrin shampoo contains the gentle conditioner Pure Silvercrin that leaves your hair just right. No fuss, no fuzz. Do what you wantable hair. Go out at onceable hair. Unforgettable hair. And it's as easy as Silvercrin shampoo.
Harvey, want anything special for your birthday?
Just a decent cup of coffee.
You're kidding.
I'm serious. Honey, your coffee's undrinkable.
It's pretty harsh.
Well, so's your coffee. You know, the girls down at the office make better coffee on their hot plates. Well, see you later.
And he didn't even kiss me goodbye. You know, if I could just make a decent cup of coffee, I could relax. So, relax. Why don't you try Instant Folgers? Tastes good as fresh perked. Good as fresh perked? I'll surprise Harvey for his birthday tonight.
Hey, great coffee.
It's Instant Folgers. Doesn't it taste good as fresh perked?
Better.
Better than those girls make at the office?
Honey, their coffee can't hold a candle to yours.
Instant Folgers taste good as fresh perked. Try it.
Okay. All right.
Tell us about it, Dr. Paul.
I'm going to be talking about 1964.
1964.
I'm going to be talking about 1964 right now.
This
Songs
entire
so
list is going to be a
everybody
Paul's preamble.
Songs that I
Well,
hate.
yes, the whole thing's going to be a Paul's preamble.
Yep.
Okay, I have honorable mentions, as you might suspect, but yeah, it's pretty manageable. I only have 6. I have Dexter Gordon with A Swingin' Affair.
Ooh.
Make way for Dionne Warwick.
Make way.
The Rolling Stones with both 12 by 5 and the first album.
I thought about 12 by 5.
Yeah, merely honorable mention. Lee Morgan with The Sidewinder.
Ooh.
That was on my list for the longest time, but it ended up I had to bump it. As unfortunately I had to bump down to mere honorable mention. Keep on Pushing by The Impressions. Ugh. That's because things are getting treacherous, you guys. But anyway, so on to my list, my actual top 10. My top 10 is, unfortunately, the last time we're going to be hearing from this guy because shit's about to get real. Sammy Davis Jr., Shelter of Your Arms.
Nice.
Yeah. And, that's definitely one of his standout albums to me, obviously, because it made my list. But number 9, first album, one of many great debuts this year, by The Kinks. Yeah, first Kinks album. I mean, you know, obviously it has You Really Got Me and Stop Your Sobbing and So Mystifying.
So great.
But it also kind of has some, all these albums by all these kind of bands at this point have really kind of forgettable R&B and bluesy covers that I don't like. So, I mean, really, honestly, like the Impressions album is more consistently good. I only put the Kinks on instead of that because, because You Really Got Me and Stop. Like the highs are just so high that it just brought the whole album up. But number 8, Leslie Gore, Girl Talk. This is her 4th album, and this is this album actually had 2 top 40 hits on it, but it only made it to 146 on the charts.
Really?
Somehow. I don't know how that works. But this one has Hey Now and Maybe I Know and Wonder Boy, and it's like,
wow.
You people have some splaining to do. You should have bought that record. But number 7, my number 7 is Another Side of Bob Dylan. And this is Dylan's 4th album. And this is actually his last full solo acoustic LP before
He
going
went
electric. Yeah.
Heaven forbid.
Yeah, but come on, man. This has All I Really Want to Do, Spanish Harlem Incident, Chimes of Freedom, My Back Pages, It Ain't Me, Babe, and Motorcycle Nightmare, which is one of my favorites, but it's not a one that anybody would know. But I mean, like, everybody knows pretty much all those songs.
Yeah.
It's like half of a greatest hits album. Number 6, the U.S. version of the album you put on your list, Dusty by Dusty Springfield. Yeah, this is her 2nd U.S. album. But, this has all Cried Out and Summer Is Over and I Just Don't Know What to Do With Myself. And this is one of those albums where even the deep cuts are really great. Like the Dusty Springfield albums are pretty much solid. She doesn't have filler on her stuff.
All killer.
All killer.
No filler.
Number 5, merely number 5. Sorry, Tommy. The Ronettes.
How on earth could that only be number 5?
Hey, it was a runner-up
Well,
for me.
God.
Well, you're about to find out. You are about to find out.
I don't know.
Now
Yeah.
you're gonna learn.
You're gonna learn today.
You're gonna learn today.
Well, I mean, when you combine what I have in my top 4 with the fact that it's my list, all's gonna make sense.
Okay.
Number 4, the Beach Boys with a tie.
Oh, a first tie here on albums of the year.
Yeah, All Summer Long and Shut Down Volume 2.
Yeah, right?
Okay.
I know.
I mean, All Summer Long has I Get Around, the title track, Wendy, Girls on the Beach.
Girls on
man.
the Beach, dude.
Girls on the Beach, what a song.
Oh, shit.
Shut Down Volume 2 has Fun, Fun, Fun. Don't Worry, Baby. The Warmth of the Sun.
Oh, my God, the warmth of the sun.
Keep an Eye on Summer.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. Dude, I know.
So again, we're talking, this is 1964. Take those songs, those best songs from those two albums and put them
that on
together
one record?
for one 1964 album. Woo!
Who could fucking touch that?
Nobody.
If they had done
Honestly,
that, who could touch
I would put
that?
it above some Beatles albums.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so number 3, speaking of Beatles albums, Beatles for Sale, the Beatles' 4th album. A lot of 4th albums in 1964. Yeah. They're weakest of the early albums. The
say
weakest
that
of the,
again.
you know.
What's on that again?
This has No Reply, and 8 Days a Week is the
on
big
here.
Oh, that-
That's
yeah.
the big one,
but
yeah.
I'm a loser.
Okay.
I'll Follow the Sun.
Oh, yeah.
You know, all that kind of stuff. But okay, oh shit, okay, that was my number 3. Okay, my number 2. Whew.
Breathe deeply.
Calm down.
Breathe deep. The Gathering Gloom.
This album should be, for numerous reasons, should be number 1, but I cannot put it at number 1 because the one I have at number 1 is simply better. But this album is. Let me just say it first. The Beatles' second album. Excuse me, we're in danger of having a John Cougar Mellencamp check it out moment. So I'm gonna try to keep it together.
Check it
This
out.
album is my entire life begins with this record.
Wow.
Plain and simple.
You were 3 when you first heard it?
When I was like 3 years old.
Shit, man.
Yeah. And that record was at my grandparents' house, my grandma and grandpa Bertolino's house, and I listened to that from the time I was 2-3 years old and was obsessed with it. And this started not only my love of the Beatles, but my love of music in general. I literally, my entire fucking life begins with that record.
Dude, that's awesome.
So
That's fucking awesome.
So why do I have that merely at number 2? Well, because
of-
Hard Day's Night is a way fucking better album. That's why. For number one is A Hard Day's Night by a mile.
Yeah.
By a mile.
I mean, this one, damn.
You kidding me?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's just. Hard Day's Night. Should have known better. If I fell, I'm happy just to dance with you, and I love her. Tell me why. Can't buy me love. Anytime at all. I'll cry instead. Whatever. Every fucking song.
Like, you hear about, like, a band comes out and, like, and tons of bands were started because of it. Like, I feel like this is the kind of record, you put this record out and tons of bands just call it quits. Because of it.
We can't
there's
sound
just
like
no
him. Fuck
point.
it. I'm done.
And that's the thing. Honestly, I think this record wouldn't be remotely as disappointing if it didn't come after this.
That, yeah.
Like, that's just. Oof.
I know it.
But yeah.
That's good.
So there you go. 1964.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it is, man.
All right.
Let's go to commercials.
Grape Nuts breakfast time.
Good. Crunchy little nuggets bursting with nut sweet flavor.
Well, first we got to exercise them.
Do we have to?
That's our agreement. We got to keep slim and trim. It helps to eat the right kind of foods, like a post-Grape Nuts breakfast.
I do, on it.
And we got to exercise.
How all?
You want your post-Grape Nuts?
Barn.
Come on.
A Grape Nuts breakfast fills you up, not out. 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 Delicious.
Decisions. Ah, but what a great decision. Mustang from Ford. Designed to be designed by you. You get 3 wonderful choices, starting with this Mustang hardtop. It's as practical as it is economical, as it is beautiful, as it is, well, this Mustang starts with standard features most cars charge extra for. Try a hot-blooded Mustang convertible with a grab bag of options, a 289 cubic inch V8, add 4 on the floor, a rally pack, and you're in business. But did you say you'd rather go formal? Then design your Mustang as posh as you like, with a vinyl-covered roof or dozens of other luxury options. Today, design your Mustang any way you like. It's unexpectedly low-priced. And besides, it pays to be different.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
back.
Wait, this is you, right?
We're
Tommy.
back. It's still me. It's still 1964.
Oh, right. Okay,
It's
making
still
sure.
me.
And so I don't have any dishonorable mentions for 1964. I just have a worst of the year. And you have to understand that this worst of the year is in the context of this worst of the year. You wouldn't think that this kind of album could be my worst of the year, but as Paul so brilliantly put it, this album would not be nearly as bad as it is if not for what came right before it. And my worst of the year is the Beatles with Beatles for Sale.
Wow, really?
It is. It is.
That's your
because
absolute
for
worst
them
of the
to
year.
have put out, I mean, I'm sure I could have found some fucking dustbin reject that I could have put on there that no one's heard of. But I feel like this stands, honestly, if you want to know, I'll be totally transparent, this stands a better chance of getting people talking. And that's what we want to do. We want to try to engage the viewers. And by me putting Beatles for Sale as the worst of the year for 1964, it's going to get some comments.
on fire.
It's going to get some comments.
At least he's transparent, though.
I think that let's start a dialogue about this. I think that when you put out A Hard Day's Night and you follow it with this fucking lemon, now there's obviously no replies on there and 8 Days a Week is on there, but that is not enough to prop this fucking thing up. And what I said about this record when we did the top Beatles albums, we ranked the Beatles albums, I said something to the effect of the filler sounds like a band trying to sound like the Beatles and failing.
Yeah.
Which there was a lot of going on in 64.
To be fair, I give them a big pass. Well, because of the Beatles. No, I give them a big pass because these guys are dealing with the same thing that the Beach Boys were dealing with. And these guys are just like having to go bam, 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 bam. And I mean,
like
they literally like 3 months earlier did this.
I know.
What the hell's in the gas tank after you do that?
When you
and
put out,
they're on the road.
Right, when you put out A Hard Day's Night and you're touring and your manager's like, okay, you need to make another record.
Now, because we need one for the Christmas market, because that was the end of the year album. They probably only had a handful of songs and they didn't have time to write new ones, and they're like, okay, that's why there's a bunch of covers all of a sudden again. It's because they're like, okay, let's get Kansas City, let's get let's get the Carl Perkins
some weak
track.
original shit that they didn't do anything before. A Hard Day's Night, it would take me 5-6 fucking years to write a record as solid as that.
Or
and
a
if
lifetime.
you were like, or a lifetime, and if you hit me with like 2 months later, you need to follow it up with another record, I'd be like, fuck you, I do.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the album still exists. And it's really not that good, especially by comparison. This is one of those things, in context, by comparison, it makes it so much goddamn worse.
Yeah. Like if that was the follow-up to With the Beatles, and like if they flipped it, that came after With the Beatles and then A Hard Day's Night after that, it would all make so much more sense.
If that were the case, I wouldn't probably even mention the record at all. And I don't know, I'd probably have some fucking Herb Alpert and Tijuana Brass bullshit.
Hey!
And he'd be wrong.
Yeah. Or whatever. But,
He'd be wrong.
No,
To have Herb Alpert.
We've already discussed mine.
Wrong.
No.
Yes.
But anyway.
You're dumb.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
It's called your own medicine, Von Voigt.
Damn.
Well, while you're
so
doling
that's
out
how
the
it's gonna
medicine,
be
why don't you dole out
Durant.
the hate?
Harumph.
Whose side are you on, Bertolino?
Well, when we're talking about Herb Alpert here,
Come on.
I mean, you're dissing Herb Alpert and the Beatles?
And the Beatles, what?
Yeah, and the
Get
Tijuana Brass.
Oh, and the Tijuana
Get
Brass,
out.
too?
Oh.
So, yeah, specifically the Tijuana Brass. Yeah, those
Tijuana
guys.
Brass.
He's those
guys probably wrote the shittier songs on Beatles for Sale.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. La 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 la.
Well,
all right.
rebut.
Oh.
Stop talking about my ass. Hey, okay, so here are the songs that I hate the most from 1960 and 4.
Albums.
How about the album?
Albums. God damn it. Oh, I need a shot collar. The things think.
We're going to be 15 episodes into the album series before she finally remembers we're doing
You know
albums.
what? When we the next episode, I'm going to write albums on a piece of paper and tape it right there.
And you know when I go to edit this, down at the bottom, every time she says songs, I'm going to type
write it.
Albums.
Yeah,
and it's going to get, every time she does it, it's going to be more exclamation marks.
Yeah, then it'll be in italics, and then it'll be
all caps and
bold,
red flashing.
Comic Sans. Make me look like a moron. That's fine.
No.
Okay, so we got, and these are in order.
Oh, okay.
So we got Pat Boone. Anything by Pat Boone. I'll go full Bertolino on that. Anything
and
by
hey,
Pat Boone.
you know what? You're not wrong.
Anything by Pat
So
Boone.
there's
No argument from me.
Then I got Alvin and the Chipmunks sing the Beatles. They're no nutty squirrels, but they're just as egregious. Have you heard that record?
Yes.
Jesus H. Christmas. Then I have...
Still better than Beatles for sale.
But not better than
I think we're going to have a different person here next week. Paul's going to take his keys back.
No. I chose not to hear that.
Yow, them fighting words. The next one is Welcome to the Ponderosa, an evening of songs and stories with Lorne Green. By Lorne Green.
Ringo.
Wow. Why would anybody want to listen to that? Who cares?
Somebody did, because it was a huge hit.
I mean, what the fuck? You're on Ponderosa, you're a big fat doofus. Okay. But my number one most egregious record, album, if you will, of 1964 is Minstrel Show by Eric Rodgers, Chorale and Orchestra.
Stop!
And scene.
No!
A chorale and orchestra.
And they were all in blackface.
And they were all in blackface.
The whole chorale.
Sweating, playing the violin, the whole chorale.
Oh, no.
And Mr. Bojangle suits in blackface with bowlers.
Oh, no!
Yes.
Oh, no. Crystal, how are you finding these?
America.
Oh,
It was on the list.
America.
damn it.
Okay.
You're making me wish I had gone even deeper to find something more egregious. There was a Ronald Reagan record he put out in 1964 I should have put on my list.
Another one?
Oh, no,
Yeah.
why? You can't do that.
I
because
can't do
Beatles
that
for sale.
now. It was Beatles for sale.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Beatles for sale is half Reagan covers anyway. Go ahead.
Oh.
And he does it in blackface, so come on.
Well, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, I have a few here.
All right. What do you got, Berlino?
I have.
Can you beat it?
I had to mention it as a single. Ringo by Lorne Green, just because I didn't mention it before, and I thought the whole album, whatever, so I just had to at least mention that. Okay, but I do have a Beatles album for this list.
Oh.
Is it the Minstrel album they did?
Yes. No. This is an album called The Beatles Story. Do you know that?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yes.
What is
Okay,
this?
in 1964, when the Beatles hit, and Capitol Records in the U.S. is just scrambling to put out a new Beatles
anything.
product every
Anything.
3 minutes.
Yes.
They were chopping up all the UK albums and trying to, make them shorter so they could add songs to other albums and make additional albums. Well, towards the end of 64, they put out an album called The Beatles Story, which is a double album that clocks in at like 40 minutes total.
Yeah.
And that's like a documentary on the story of the Beatles. Interviews with the Beatles that sound like they were recorded on a boombox from 3 rooms away.
God.
Snippets of songs, no whole songs.
Tell us about your haircut. It's long.
Don't you think, like, maybe, isn't it time to get a haircut?
Haircut?
Blah, 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 blah. I had one yesterday. Yeah. All that shit. It's absolutely terrible.
It's really terrible.
But the thing is that when I was basically finishing up my Beatles collection as a kid, filling in those holes with all these albums that I didn't have, that was the last one I didn't have, and I knew that it wasn't really going to be worth my money. So I asked for it for Christmas. Because I wanted to have it just to complete my collection, but I had no hope that it was going to be anything any good.
Yeah.
So I got it for Christmas in 1983, and I have a photo here. I'm going to show you right here. Here I am in 1983, Christmas 1983, with my Beatles Story album that I got that day. Yeah. Anyway.
Kids don't normally ask for a lump of coal for Christmas.
I was
Not
complete
deliberately.
even then. I was, yeah. But anyway, so what do we have here? Let's move on. Keely Smith sings the John Lennon and Paul McCartney songbook.
Yes, I know this.
Yes. The Chipmunks sing the Beatles. But the one above them all, and this is the one above them all. Sacha Berland and Don Elliott with the Nutty Squirrels with an album entitled A Hard Day's Night.
No!
Yes.
No!
Yes. And this is their third album.
Fuck off!
Their third album.
Look at this Pandora's box you opened.
Ah, you are so welcome.
Wow.
Holy shit!
What?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am impressed.
The Nutty Squirrels got on the Beatles groove,
He
man.
even got on the Beatles bandwagon.
You viewers out there in what is it, YouTube land?
As it should be land.
As it should be land. Whoever has a lot of free time, I need you to do a deep dive on the Nutty Squirrels. Like, who actually did that? Who produced it? Whose
Sacha
voice
Berland
or
and
voices
Don
were they?
I guess those the guys.
Those two?
Then. Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be something on YouTube about that mess. Wow.
With the Nutty Squirrels.
With the Nutty Squirrels, yes. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So there you go. That's. At last, I have a hate list number
just-
one that can actually compete.
Yeah,
I fucking
that's-
love that you. That's
Yeah.
your worst of is a Beatles cash-in featuring
The Nutty
the
Squirrels.
GoBots equivalent
The GoBots.
of the fucking of the Chipmunks.
Well, and that's the thing about it. You're like,
Chipmunks are the Transformers, the Nutty Squirrels are the
The
GoBots.
GoBots,
And
yes. Ooh. Wow.
but anyway, so yeah, there you go. That's the worst of 1964.
Oh,
All right. Okay. Well, it's
it's commercial time.
let's take a little break here.
Wake up in the morning, there's a snap around the place. Wake up in the morning, there's a crackle in your face. Wake up in the morning, there's a pop that really says, Rice Krispies to you, and you, and you. Pour on the milk and listen to the snap that says it's nice. Pour on the milk and listen to the crackle of that rice. Get up in the morning to the pop that says it's rice. Hear them talking Rice Krispies.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Here
Well,
we are.
that is that. That's it for 1964. Welcome back to the swinging 60s. Welcome back to Color.
Yes.
And subscribe
Yes.
if you haven't already. If you do, click the little bell. Right? And comment and all that kind of stuff. Let us know about your favorites down in the comments. Let us know about your least favorites.
And who is into the Nutty Squirrels?
Yeah, anybody actually has that album
Yes.
in their collection, do
Please.
let us
If
know.
you
Out
put on the
yourself.
Nutty Squirrels to groove to it, we want to know.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
The Nutty Squirrels.
All right, everybody, come back next week because it's going to be 1965.
Yeah, the year I was born.
It's gonna get
Yeah.
hot.
Shit is really going to hit the fan now.
Oh,
65.
So
man.
real.
It's
Ooh.
so crazy.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yes.
Both lists are hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Even harder than breaking up.
yes.
You'll
Thank
see.
you.
All right. See you next week.
Bye.
I just know if it's Chipmunks, I hate it. So,
Okay.
so I'm taking the easy road this time.
All right.
No Nutty Squirrels.
Not yet.
No, I don't believe the Nutty Squirrels ever did a follow-up. So
That was the end of their career.
think that might have been.
They have 2 more albums. That's all I'm
Get
going to say.
out of here.
I shouldn't have said anything. I have something for you guys later.
I can't wait.
In fact, yes.
I can't wait.
I may even have to cut this out because
Oh shit.
yes,
Damn. Okay.
I shouldn't have opened my big mouth. But
Let's
anyway,
give you an
That's
easy
all right.
transition.
that's what you do when you transition.
That was the transition.
Let's do the transition
Come on, Tommy.
dance.
Let's go.
Okay.